Det här är Teach Me Sweden, en podcast som blandar det bästa av två världar, historia och humor. Två komiker försöker lära sig svensk historia. Jag heter Erik Broström.
And I'm Jonathan Rollins, and in this episode, I'm gonna talk about a very old and famous sibling rivalry.
Oh,
yes.
Det här blir spännande. Det är inte Mary-Kate och Ashley Olsen.
No.
No.
It's not the Maori sisters from Sister. I couldn't think of any more siblings.
Yes.
You probably don't know that show.
No, och det är inte de här nya tvillingarna på Eurovision heller.
No, but it is the Ingrossos.
Yes! Här kommer det!
Let's do it!
Vad rädd jag blev.
Was that a good Michael Jackson?
That's perfect.
No, it was not. I was singing to my wife the other day. I put it on Instagram, and I knew I was sounding bad. But I sounded way worse than I thought, and I thought I was bad. And then she recorded it, and I was trying to sing for real, and it was so bad.
Can I try Michael Jackson?
Yes.
Okay. I like children.
Way better than mine.
Allegedly.
Can you please open your butt cheeks?
Oh no.
No, we can't do 2 episodes in a row like that, man.
No.
No hurting children. I can guarantee you all that survived the last episode that this episode
Inga barn.
No children are hurt.
No fucking kids.
There's kids in this.
Fuck.
But they won't be hurt like that.
Good.
They'll actually be given too much. I can say that. They'll be given too much. There was a conversation before this that people can take advantage of. As supporters of the podcast, we do something extra. So we do give you ad-free episodes.
Yes.
Some of you will hear ads if you're not Patreon subscribers. But we also give extra episodes, and we also have a little conversations before we start the episode. So you can do those. You can take advantage of those by being a patron at patreon.com/teachmesweden. And yeah, we would appreciate that. Or you can just send in a 5-star review saying how great we are.
Hjälp oss.
Yeah.
That's all we ask.
We need help.
Yep.
As you can tell by some of our topics, especially after last. We sat through that. I heard some really horrifying stuff last episode for you.
Yeah. Och det fanns, jag hade ju redan hört och läst det. Så det var jobbigt.
You had to do it twice.
Yeah, but it was det fanns en tjusning med att berätta det. Du vet, it's kind of tingling like, oh, this is so bad, but I want to share this.
Yeah.
Så jag var glad att jag fick ut det.
Oof. And I had a rough, like, earlier in the day, I had seen some images that made me really sad regarding children with this whole stuff going on.
Fuck, yeah.
You know, I follow people that are sharing videos, and we're in the time now that people can record horrible things.
Yeah.
And as listeners know, there's a genocide going on. There's multiple genocides actually going on in the world.
Yeah, and why just have one?
Yeah. So the one that's going on, there's a lot of coverage of it that's being shared. And unfortunately, it doesn't look like it's going to end soon.
Nej, nu får du pigga upp oss här. Nu känns det som att nu kommer något kul här.
Yeah, it's going to be. So now that we got past that, we're going to get into it.
Teach me Sweden, man.
Teach you Sweden. That was us washing into the episode.
Är det en ny grej?
No. I push the button.
Jag gillar det.
All right, today I'm going to teach you about some royal drama. Royal drama is always good.
Det är alltid kul.
But first, we're going to start with a little background info before we get into our main characters. So Magnus III was the king of Sweden from the year 1275. So we're going way back.
Wow.
1275 to 1290.
Wow. Okay.
He came to power by overthrowing his older brother, Valdemar, who is in Harry Potter.
Valdemar. Of course.
This is I didn't know until I read this that Harry Potter is based on a true story.
Yeah.
Voldemort was a very white and complete. No, I'm just playing.
No, with a scar and disfigured and...
He wore a hoodie all the time. Does he wear a hood?
I think...
I
han är
don't
väl
know.
typ bara lite skugga i de där filmerna till slutet, tror jag.
I tried.
Spoiler.
I was fall asleep.
Yep.
Once he was king, of course, it was time for Magnus to have kids.
Uh-huh.
He'd been married before, but that got annulled. I don't know why.
För att
she showed them to the people and they were like, not pretty enough. I don't know. I have no
Probably.
idea.
Kunde säkert inte få barn ihop.
No.
I don't
they
know.
had a kid from that marriage and his name was Erik.
Oh, okay.
And we're going to call him Bastard Erik.
My kind of guy.
He got remarried to a woman named Helvig of Holstein. So maybe Helvig just had more social capital. Maybe that's why.
Förmodligen.
And Helvig was a woman.
Okay.
They had...
Bra förutsättning för att kunna föda barn.
If you didn't get it, you didn't get it. They had 3 kids. There was Birger, who was born in 1280.
Right.
So this is 5 years into his management. Erik. There's another Erik.
Oh, yeah.
Erik the Real.
Of course, yeah. Oh, that's why Bastard Erik and Erik the Real, yeah.
Erik was born in 1282, so 2 years later. And then Voldemort.
Oh, en till sån.
Yeah.
Oh, so he overthrew his brother, but
And
he's
then
like,
names his...
vet du vad?
The good Voldemort.
Yeah.
The real one. Born in 1284, so they're all 2 years apart.
Okay.
Early into his ruling, Magnus had to square away some shit, considering that he overthrew a ruling. But he finally was able to focus. Now he's 5 years in. He starts having his kids, and he can prepare the kids for generations of rule. Now everything is, a little more smooth. So young Birger, the oldest, he knew at an early age that he was going to be the king one day.
But did they have, because Gustav Vasa came like 300 years later, and he did the birthright king. But maybe they had that here also because Magnus wanted it to be like that. I don't know.
Birger, it was going to be king, but he knew that he's either going to be through a crowning ceremony where he passes it on to his oldest son, or his father dies. That's the 2 ways, basically.
Right.
But it's the 70s and 80s, 1270s and 80s, and all that stuff is for when you grow up. So it's something he can worry about later.
Okay, yeah.
He's a fucking kid.
Yeah.
And then in 1290, when bang, Magnus the Third dies.
Oh, why?
Couldn't find out exactly how he died, but they kind of knew he must have been sick.
Okay, yeah.
So they had started like preparing young Birger for the throne. And as was typical for monarchies of the period, the eldest son of the reigning king inherits the throne upon the father's death. The system of hereditary succession meant that Birger, the eldest son of Magnus III, was designated heir to the Swedish throne. So Swedish king was 10 years old.
Wow.
A fucking 10-year-old.
Shit.
I think everybody should get old boy.
Yeah.
The national drink is chocolate milk. And then they designated duchies, as they have it here, to the other brothers. So you get like an area.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to run this. You're the Dutch of... there was the younger sons, and one got...
Was the Dutch or the Duke? The Duke?
The Duke, yeah. So they were Dutch.
It's cooler.
The Duke, yeah.
You may be the king, but I'm the Duke, motherfucker.
Yeah. So Birger's younger brothers, Erik got Södermanland.
Yeah.
And Valdemar, he got Finland.
And he was like
Finland. 2. He was 6. Valdemar 6.
Okay. Yeah.
He got
6,
Finland.
8, 10,
he was like, I'm off the pacifier now. It's it's time for me. I'm potty trained. I remember that.
Oh shit! Responsibility. Here's my nup.
He invented the kitten thing at Wisconsin.
The kitten thing.
There's a thing you're supposed. That's how to get kids to stop the pacifier.
Oh, okay.
They throw it into like a glass case for kittens.
Right.
But upon Magnus's death, Birger ascended to the throne. But of course, he wasn't making decisions. He's fucking 10.
Yeah.
Everybody, no school anymore. It wasn't anything like that. He
What investments today, sire?
Bungee jumping for everyone.
Can I have a pet monkey?
Kill it first and revive it.
He had a regency that was designated to him, and I'm pretty sure it was his father that designated. He said Queen Helvig. She's gonna advise him.
Oh, the mother.
Yeah. And she played a role in managing the kingdom. So I just keep seeing Cersei in my head from Game of Thrones.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Also a true story from Sweden.
Oh, really?
No.
From Västerås.
Yes. So stupid.
By the time Birger reached his late teens, around 18 or 19, he started to assert his independence, take control of the reign. He said, especially back then. In the 1200s, 18, you're fucking 40.
You're not dead.
Yeah, you're about to die.
Yeah.
So he took control of the crown, and then so we're thinking around 1298, 1299, when he took on an active role in the kingdom, and Helvig's regency ended.
Yeah.
So she stepped back and let Birger do his thing, but she probably still gave advice. It's assumed that she still was like an advisor to him.
Han har fortfarande problem med puberteten och allting. Ni har inte fått till det där än.
She's like teaching them what songs that they would play when they have sex.
Yes.
I think it was just after that. We've learned so much shit here.
Yeah.
Dukes Erik and Valdemar, they weren't really happy with this.
Men de vill också vara kungar.
Yeah. It's not fair. Because if he's like 18, this other guy is 12.
If you don't, who was the
Södermanland? I don't want Södermanland. But people started saying Erik is pretty sharp.
Oh,
he might be better suited to be king, even though rules are rules.
Yeah,
but he was kind of savvy politically. Made some different moves and stuff. But it was too late to make a change. Nobody knew that shit when he was 8 years old. He's more fit than the 10-year-old brother.
Men det började synas liksom.
Yeah,
han var såhär, we can't all bungee jump, guys.
Yeah. and then Birger kind of ruled like my way or the highway. So they had ideas for Södermanland, they had ideas for Finland, but he was like, I'm the fucking king.
Yeah.
And they knew more about the areas, of course.
Yeah.
Because they're running it, but he still was like, hey, nope, my last word.
They had highways?
It's my way or the pathway. My way or the dangerous forest path. The unpaved.
That's more scary, right?
Yes. It's like, shit, I'm doing it your way.
Yes. No doubt.
It's so long ago, there's not many intimate details about like why they were contentious, but they were contentious. It's very known that they may have sought more control of their regions or whatever to get greater influence over the kingdom. Yeah. That's some of the theories there. There's sibling rivalry, just natural sibling rivalry. And they wanted more authority over their territories. And since they do have some authority, people kind of trust them.
Of course.
In their areas. So it's a big area because we have Finland and then we have Sweden all together. So it's really hard for like Birger to control it all and get full trust.
They're the dukes of Hazard.
The dukes got the two dukes. They had a 1979 or what, I don't know what car it is. So there's some loyal support. There's a little bit of like pushback against the king stuff because they're like, hey man, let these guys do what they do. Finland and Södermanland, they weren't strategically as important as other regions in Sweden, like Västergötland and Östergötland. Yeah. So the brothers are like, why can't we get these like more beneficial places, like more important places? You gave me this bullshit. Yeah. The dissatisfaction of the brothers with their areas contributed to the ongoing conflicts and power struggles within the kingdom. So Birger is starting to get like all of this conflict stuff. To overthrow their brothers and gain more power, Erik and Valdemar planned to capture the king. They were like, we can run up and we can capture him and we can tell him abdicate the throne or like fully or submit to our demands that we want to get done. By capturing them, they would assert their dominance and increase their control over the kingdom. That's what they said. And they said they planned to use the capture as leverage to negotiate positions for themselves and maybe even fully take over the throne.
Still kids or young?
No, now they're in like their 20s.
Oh, okay. So no.
Well, he is. Maybe Valdemar is probably late teens.
Right.
But they're getting up there.
But no ridiculous traps.
Can you open the cupboard? Your Majesty, please open the cupboard.
Lay out some candy.
Put Legos. I rule Denmark, and I have Legos. Erik, the savvy one, he has ties to Norway. Oh. He said, you know what? I'm going to marry this young lady who's a princess of Norway. So he gets in good with the king and gets promised the daughter of the king.
Romantiskt.
Yeah, and it was more convenience over attraction.
Yeah.
And I say that hopefully because she was 11 years old.
Oh,
11 fucking years old.
Du sa att inga barn skulle bli skadade.
That being said, he's got some power by making these agreements. The King of Norway is like, this is cool. I can get like some inroads to Sweden as well.
Good dad. Good dad.
My 11-year-old daughter is worth it.
Yeah.
He and Valdemar, they got exiled to Norway by King Birger. He's like, yo, it's 1304 now. He's like, y'all get over it. This is not feeling good. And the King of Norway, he gave him a territory. I forget the name of it. I didn't write it in here, but there was like one chunk of Norway that Erik actually got to run.
Wow.
So he still got his little stuff there. He's got his stuff. So Erik is making, even if he doesn't physically have the power in Sweden, he's still got the connections.
But he's not the Duke anymore of Södermalm.
No, he's exiled.
Okay, yeah.
But they still feel like he's unfit as a ruler, Birger. Yeah. Especially making that decision. Yeah. So they kept their eyes on the Swedish crown. With this influence in Norway, it made sense for Erik because Erik's kind of the ringleader.
Yeah.
Even Valdemar's like, Erik, I'll follow your lead.
Yeah.
So they try to cause trouble on the west of Sweden. They're like, we're in Norway. Let's fuck up the west coast to make them sweat a little bit.
Yeah.
So they attacked Västergötland and they burned down a whole town there in Västergötland. And then in response, since they were gone, because what's his name lived all over the place, Erik did.
Yeah.
So Birger, while they were over there burning that down, he burned down something of his Erik's, so that as a gotcha back, one of his homes.
Yeah,
one of his castles.
Siblings justice.
Yeah. And there was a guy in this. His name is he's Birger's ride or die. His name is Torkils Knutsen.
Torkil Knutsen?
Yeah, and it could be Turgils, but we're gonna call him Torkils because that sounds tougher.
Yeah.
And he knew the boys back when they were in their royal diapers.
Oh,
because he was the commander-in-chief over King Magnus's military back in the day.
Yeah.
So he was like connected himself, and later he was also, because it was for the transition, he was running it for Birger as well. So he was also like
helping the mom out,
advisor. An advisor on that way. And he was a nobleman too, so that also he had so much social capital from all of that. So people trusted Torkil, and he was known for his ambition, his assertive leadership, but it put him at odds with the brothers who kind of like trying to lobby for their position.
Yeah.
But he was a staunch supporter of King Birger.
Okay.
And he played a pivotal role in defending the king as they're having this power struggle.
Yeah.
And he was savvy. He had been an advisor to Birger when he was too young to rule, but he knew the power of marriage, and he tried to get his daughter married to Birger.
Oh.
Yeah. It
don't tell me the age.
I don't know the age, but it didn't. I guess Birger, he had his own wife. He was
han var redan gift.
He's like, no, it wasn't already, but he just was like, I got my eyes on somebody else, So it didn't work. So he was like, all right, you know what? I'll marry her off to Valdemar, the youngest brother.
Why? Because he was the opposition.
But then it's like making you a made man almost. You can't.
Right, yeah.
It don't look good if you kill your father-in-law.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, så lite säkerhet för honom själv där.
Yeah, it's like playing a little chess.
That's smart.
But his relationship with the brothers, especially Duke Erik, was still contentious. They were just they're just like, fuck this guy, man. They viewed him as an obstacle because their ultimate ambition is to take the throne.
Yeah.
We get Torkils out the way. We can fucking do this.
Hade de en plan för vem av dem som skulle vara kung sen?
It was gonna be Erik.
Okay, so
they know Erik's older than.
Oh yeah, okay.
They're following the Valdemar's following the lead.
Jag hade älskat om de inte hade kommit överens och så lyckades de och sen kommer de upp dit på tronen och bara yay! Varför är du så glad?
We're the king. No, there's only one king. Fight me to the death.
Yeah.
So they see him as an obstacle, and eventually their tension escalated. Erik and Valdemar decided, let's meet with Birger and talk this through and tell him that Thorkils is out here. If you think about it, he's trying to get your power, man.
Oh, sneaky.
He's trying to get your power, man. They should. We should let bygones be bygones. Yeah, we burned that shit down, but let's unite together and take down this dangerous and angry, power-hungry Thorkils.
Yeah.
And Birger, who's pretty gullible, he bought it 100%. Yeah, you know what?
Han försökte erbjuda någon dotter som var ful, som jag inte gillar. Just det.
Exactly.
Just det.
He's like, why would they lie? Why would these guys who try to overthrow me lie about
Eller hur? Om det är några man kan lita på så är det modiska bröder.
Exactly. So they joined forces.
Okay.
They brought in Thorkils on account of treason.
Oh my God. After all he done.
It had a speedy trial, and he was found guilty of treason. Despite his power and influence, Thorkils was beheaded in February 1306. And unbeknownst to Birger, he had killed one of his closest allies.
Oh. Och Valdemar var gift med hans dotter.
Yeah, but they figured that out some way too. They did some, they made it look better. It was something, I don't remember the whole thing. There was some way that they made that not so bad. That it's the father-in-law. They had to skirt around it. I want to say, I don't know if it was divorce or something. They did something. I'm sorry.
Okay, no, that's cool.
But King Birger, he was like, now my brothers and we're closer now. It's us now. Mm-hmm. I'll still be king. We got our enemy out of the way. We said bygones be bygones. Let's do it. But his closest and most powerful supporter is gone now. And he just kept on kinging while they kept on plotting his downfall. Fast forward to September 29th, 1306. This is a few months later because Thorkils died in February. Now we're in September. King Birger, he's like, I'm going to have a party, man. He's in a estate in the Håtunaleken. There's some type of festival that they have at this, or fest or something, on September 29th. And then the brothers showed up at the party, uninvited.
Oh, my God.
And that's not a big deal. Their entourage is with them. That's all family members, nobles and shit like that. And like, security team, you know what I mean? It's just like, oh shit, they showed up. Oh snap. And then
bara, här Birger, en skål. Här är din bägare, 3x på den. Drick den.
And Birger, he sees them and he welcomes them with open arms.
Of course.
We've let bygones be bygones.
Yeah, brothers.
Comes up, hugs them. And Erik and Valdemar are like, yeah. So Erik, Valdemar feasted. They drank. The party dies down. All the drugs are taken and whatever they did back then.
Yeah.
Guests start leaving. People start all going to bed. The brothers, they say they're going to go to the room, go to sleep off all of this food and drinks. Mm-hmm. Birger went to his quarters with a few of his royal party and the archbishop and, the people you go to bed with back then.
Of course.
The archbishop. I go to bed with an archbishop every night.
Om man inte går till sängs med ärkebiskopen, då ska man inte vara kung.
Exactly.
Så är det bara.
All right, honey, let's go to bed. Archbishop, let's go. Let's do it. Who's going to pray about our sex? Should I do doggy style tonight? Can you turn and face the corner? I'm going to have sex with my wife. Erik and Valdemar, they got the goons together, ambushed the king in his bedroom.
Nej.
He's just trying to go to bed, man.
Hur gick det för ärkebiskopen då?
They all got ambushed.
Oh no.
They captured him, took him prisoner, effectively neutralizing him as a threat to their ambitions. Mm-hmm. The attack allowed Erik and Valdemar to assert their dominance and control over the situation because they took him into custody before he could get some type of resistance because he's still the fucking king.
Yeah.
They captured the family as well, except for Birger's son, Magnus, who was snuck. There was some hero, I guess, who snuck him out.
Oh.
And they fled to Denmark because it wasn't just Erik that was strategically married. Birger's in-laws were royalty in Denmark.
Oh, snap.
He marries a woman who's a part of the royal family in Denmark. So they took the son down there for protection from the Danish royalty. They tried to lock him up in Stockholm. They took him to a place and then they were like, nah, can't keep him here, man. This is the fucking king. You're not hiding him here. We can't guarantee he's going to stay here. The locals didn't stand for it and they said, fuck Stockholm. They went to Nyköping, who said, we'll take him.
Yeah, of course.
They kept him at Nyköping's hus. They didn't want to really hurt him. They just wanted to keep him there so they can show everybody that they can run Sweden better. Like, we're not going to kill the big bro.
Yeah.
We're just going to run Sweden. Everybody's going to believe in us, and then he can step down or whatever.
Right.
Because everybody, a lot of people, I should say, thought Erik was more fit as a ruler.
Of course, he crashes a party, he drinks and eats, and then he thanks the host by taking the power. Yeah,
exactly.
Fan, bra person.
So Birger was there. Erik and Valdemar took over. Erik had a piece of Norway. Thanks to the marriage, he still got that little piece.
Right.
Starts feeling like, oh shit, I am the dude.
Yeah.
I am the dude. The king of Norway, King Håkon the Fifth, he knew Erik was now ruling Sweden. So he's like, why do you need a piece of Norway?
Yeah.
So he's like, give up your piece of Norway. And Erik's like, I got it, man.
Yeah.
No, I don't need, no, I got Sweden, I got Finland. I could take a little piece of Norway too. And the king does not like that Erik doesn't want. He's like, this guy is, as my grandma would say, too big for his britches.
Of course.
Yeah. The nobles in Sweden, they're also like, oh, this is uncertain, this whole situation. Birger's still alive. They didn't even kill him. The brothers are changing the laws quickly, like trying to put in their stuff. All they know about is Södermanland and fucking Finland. But we got a whole, ruling area to take care of. And it was just unsettling for Swedes as a nation.
Of course.
Birger, he was set free after 2 years, but he comes out into a chaotic Scandinavia. We got Norway is all pissed off.
Yeah.
We got Denmark is where the king's kid is at. He gets to reunite or whatever. And he's thinking, I need to get my throne back.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go down here and regroup in Denmark. King Håkon V came in. It's 1308. And he's like, listen, man. He worked a settlement together known as the Treaty of Fornosa. The treaty resulted in an agreement to divide the power between the three brothers.
Okay.
So Birger, he retains the throne. The brothers, they take up bigger pieces of the kingdom.
Okay.
And it temporarily ended the conflict and established a fragile peace between the brothers.
Right.
His involvement as a mediator was crucial in achieving the agreement and stabilizing Sweden. The Norwegian king came and fixed Sweden for a little bit.
Yeah.
But it was also, he didn't want Scandinavia to fall apart.
Of course. We're right in the middle.
Yeah, it's like, let's fix this shit. But now through marriage, there's ties to Norway, Denmark, and Sweden through these royal brothers. Finland and Sweden's at the time, so like, we got it, you know what I mean? That bloodline has it all.
Verkligen.
But then Sweden ends up in a battle on two fronts, because, what's his name? Erik is being a dick to Norway.
Yeah.
Denmark, they don't like this agreement. They're like, they're ready to take some more pieces from the south. And Håkon, and I said the west already.
Yeah.
So, but all parties were able to hatefully coexist for the next few years. Scandinavian people still living in uncertainty. Birger is getting more trust in the people, and since it is his birthright to be king, the royal family is on shaky ground but still working. Then in 1317, Birger invites his brothers, Erik, Valdemar, to a feast. It's been years.
Let's bygones be bygones.
Come on, remember the bygones thing? Let's do Nyköping Castle.
For real this time, though.
Yeah, for real. Come on, guys. Let's reconcile this whole thing. Come on, guys. Come in. It's Christmas.
Oh.
Let's have a nice Christmas dinner. It's a little calmer days now. Let's get the family in order and rule as we should. The brothers, Erik's more reluctant, but Valdemar's like, what could go wrong?
Yeah.
Let's go, bro.
Okay.
So they accept the invitation. Come to the king. Queen Märta, his wife, she's the happiest of all. That all of the brothers are finally.
Oh, okay.
She's his wife.
Birger's
wife, and she's the happiest. And she's like, finally, and they all get feast and they get stuffed, and then the invitation happened to be a trap.
Oh, what?
Plot twist. Birger, he said, capture and imprison these guys in the castle's dungeon. And legend has it that he says, never forget Håtuna.
Wow. Not a good slogan.
As the brothers were taken away in captivity, because Håtuna is the place that the first party was at. When they took him.
Yeah.
The conditions of their imprisonment were harsh. According to legend, King Birger locked the men up and threw the key into a lake so nobody could get in there. And they starved to death.
Oh my God.
Yes. They were starved to death in captivity. And that event, with that hostage taking or whatever, is known as Nyköping Banquet. I think about the Red Wedding.
Yeah, I was thinking this is going towards Game of Thrones. Yeah.
And it's a notorious episode in Swedish history, of course. The Nyköping Banquet.
Yeah.
Birger's decision to capture and kill his brothers at the banquet ultimately led to severe consequences for his own rule.
Yeah.
There was outrage and rebellion amongst nobility. They're like, what the fuck were you thinking? Mm-hmm. And this is why Erik was smarter for not killing Birger.
Right.
He knew this wasn't going to work out. And this weakened Birger's grip on the throne, and eventually it led to his downfall. Yeah. But it's ironic that history repeats itself. I don't know if you remember, but Magnus stole the throne from his brothers.
Yeah.
And then his 3 children, or from his brother, overthrew his brother, and his 3 children had the same type of fate.
Och senare i framtiden, alla Vasabröderna. Det var ju så hela tiden.
Yeah, see? And the next king was crowned, and that king was 3 years old. So we never fucking learn. That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh my God.
That's the story of Håtunaleken. They call it Håtunaleken. The game they played to capture the king.
Oh, so they were kids. They actually were very immature kids.
Very immature, very silly, and I thought you'd enjoy that.
Det var väldigt kul.
Vi leker en lek.
Håtunaleken.
Herregud. So stupid. Thank you so much. That was fun.
That was fun writing it and digging into it. That was interesting stuff. Sorry if I messed some stuff up, y'all.
No, is that one of the oldest history back in time? Also,
I think the thing is, I have to throw that in there too. That a lot of the information came from Erik's notes. Like he wrote a lot so that people would know the story. So it's from his perspective, a lot of it. So you got to kind of.
And he was smart. It says so in the letter.
It's more fit. And I was more fit for the throne, actually, and people believed it.
Jag var smart. Folk ville att jag skulle bli kung.
Exactly, when he could have just been an asshole that wanted power and was mad because his big brother got it. At 8, you're like, I should be that. You don't want that shit anyway. I wouldn't want all that shit. Finland too?
Ugh.
Like, who was...
It's just work.
Or delegate better.
Eller hur?
Birger on his part.
Right.
Let them fucking run it how they run it.
Mm-hmm. Och så kan de skicka ner i åldrarna så det blir 4-åringar till slut.
Yeah. So, that was this episode. Håtunaleken.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate the suggestion. Shout out to Stefan who sent me that story and made me dig into it.
Det kan fler göra.
Yeah.
Skicka in förslag. Bara mejla på teachmesweden@gmail.com. Skriv det på engelska om ni vill att Jonathan ska läsa det. På svenska om ni vill att jag ska läsa det. Det blir bäst så.
Yeah, man. And you can join the party. Patreon.com/teachmesweden to check out our extra stuff. And most importantly, just support your favorite podcast.
It's a trap-free party.
Yeah.
Yes.
You party with us.
Yes.
And you don't even go to jail.
Yep.
For
no
2 years.
starvation. Ingenting. Inget sånt.
Well, we might lock you in, but we don't throw the key in the lake.
Exakt. För det vore sjukt.
But yeah, that's it, man. It's been Jonathan Rollins.
Och Erik Broström.
Teaching you Sweden.
Fred.